Hello, friends. Welcome to BUSI 1307, Personal Finance. I'm Randy Saleh, Assistant Professor of Business, and I will be your instructor for this course throughout the semester. This is a welcome video, a context video, if you might say. Not about content. Those are in the navigation videos, and I have all other sorts of videos throughout the course to help you with assignments. But this is why we're here in this course, what you're going to learn this semester. Why is it so great to take? I think when you approach anything, a course, a job, you approach it with these three in mind. The why, the how, the what. The why is our motivation and our purpose. The how is the process we follow. And the what are the results we create. So if we look at the why of this course, why are we taking it? Well, we could give the standard answer to say that this course transfers to all universities and colleges throughout the United States, and it does. So it's good for your degree. You do not need to be a business major. Most of my students are not. Got about a half and half mixture. You know, this course is amazing because it doesn't matter your major or your career. Hopefully, money is going to come through our hands quite a bit. We're going to make money, we're going to spend money. Hopefully, we're going to save and invest and make a lot of financial decisions. So that's why I think this may be one of the most important courses, if not the most important course that you ever get to take in college. Because not only is it very relevant, it's very practical, and you get to take information every day with you to say, how do I make this decision just a little bit better? So that is some of the why. This is the why I like to teach it, my friends. If I were to ask you, do you believe the world events of the last 20 years have been chaotic? I think that's one thing most people could say, yeah, I have to agree with that. Let's look back 20 years. We've had financial disasters. We've had natural disasters. We've had pandemics. We've had crazy things happen. And that is chaos theory. It was actually described by Michael Crichton in his book Lost World, Jurassic Park. And that is systems that we think, they should be stable. Economics, education, healthcare, all sorts of things. They become chaotic because a random disruptive variable that nobody could really see changes everything. And since we're in the 2020s right now, we've all come through COVID-19, and we have seen the devastation that thing did. And what other things happened? Very high inflation, housing prices so expensive, gas prices, grocery prices. Finance, what we're trying to teach, is about being prepared for these. During COVID, we saw a lot of problems in the personal financial world, and it really hurt so many families. So, we're trying to be adaptable, prepared to create our future. And when we can do that financially, sometimes we may have a job loss. We might not have seen that coming. In the chaotic world we live in today, it's AI. And it is reshaping industries literally every day, my friends. So, if we have a good financial understanding and background and plan in place, we'll be able to meet hopefully most of this disruption in a good, sound financial way. So that's why I like teaching the course, trying to help you learn that, help anyone learn that. Oh man, that is a statistic, and that's from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, my friends, and this has been going on for a very long time. This didn't happen yesterday. This has happened this complete century. 70% of Americans lack basic financial knowledge. We don't understand credit. We don't understand what debt can do to us. We don't know how to save very well, invest, or plan for retirement. And that's what we're going to learn in this class. So, that's a tough statistic to look at. Let's just put Americans at about 350 million of us. Let's put us in the families. Let's put it by 3. So maybe 100 million families. So that statistic would say 70 million families are in some pretty bad shape. So hopefully, not hopefully, we're going to not be in that statistic, my friends, on the completion of this course. Why I think it's such a great course to teach. We got to change status quo. The status quo for the multitude of Americans, there's all sorts of financial stress and debt, living a simple paycheck to paycheck. And what paycheck to paycheck means is if something happens with a direct deposit, if for some reason my employer forgets to pay, bad things happen. There's no slack. There's no savings. There's no emergency fund that can catch me if I lose my paycheck 1 or 2 weeks. Limited opportunities, confusion, no plan for the future. That's the left side. I want us to go to the right side, my friends, and look at that road. We're going to create a plan of action. We're going to be much more educated. We're going to break through the walls right there and look at financial freedom. Financial freedom, financial flexibility gives us more choices. It allows us to start building wealth, gives us a much more peace of mind, and even the ability to leave a legacy for our family. So yeah, the why, the motivation here. Change this status quo. The what? All right, so what are we going to get out of this class? Those are the learning objectives. I teach with 3 simple foundations. Relevancy. It's got to be a course that you can utilize. We're not memorizing dates. We're not memorizing, anything else. We are doing this. I learned how to create a budget in this class. I can now create it for my life. So these are concepts that you're going to be able to utilize every day and for the rest of your life. See, that's the amazing thing about this course. This course follows you until, well, all the way through, my friends, all the way through. It's got to be practical. Again, it's got to help us make better financial decisions. So look at that little action plan right there. Budget, save, invest, reduce debt, build wealth. That's what we learn in this class. Those are very practical things we can have. And it has to be simplistic. Leonardo da Vinci said, simplicity is the most eloquent design. Clear, straightforward lessons that make this very easy to understand. Most people get into personal finance. When they think of it, they don't want to even take the course. Oh, finance, that's numbers. Well, they're good numbers. I love big money numbers. I hope you do too. Yeah. Investing, debt. We're going to make things that are very complex. We're going to take very complex ideas and make them very simple. If you've ever taken a class of mine, and I have students who have, say, man, oh, Professor Saleh, man, you're easy. And they said, you're not easy because it's an easy class and I didn't do anything. I slept through it and made a good grade. It's because I could understand it. That's what simplicity has to have. There they are, my friends. That's how this course is going to be laid out. Everything you do, you should be able, every assignment, you should be able to say, okay, now I can apply that in my life. Oh, it's like no class you've ever taken before. Again, I teach marketing, I teach entrepreneurship, I teach business principles. I love those classes. But this is my signature course. This is just different. Here's why. And it's not like, again, the classes you've ever taken before. You've taken lots of government. You took that through high school. History, English, good classes, I suppose. History and government are good classes. But this is all about you and your money. You tell me a class that you've ever had that's that personalized. So everything in this course is designed to make us better. Managing our money, building a good credit score, dumping toxic debt, creating wealth, preparing for retirement. And when we say preparing for retirement, don't think of that as, think of that as preparing for my second life, where I get to do a lot of fun stuff. And of course, organizing and protecting everything you've worked for. Your money, your future, your life. Yeah, like no class you've ever taken. So, a few of the learning objectives. Again, my friends, most people think, I got to make a perfect investment. I got to do things just in a perfect world. That never happens. And it's not that. It's the small stuff. Small decisions today are big results tomorrow. We're going to make a lot of different financial decisions. We make hundreds every week, certainly thousands every year. That's what builds it. Small decisions, smart decisions, dictate our personal financial future. Oh, we have compound interest. Turns consistency into freedom. How that little bit of coin start growing and growing. So we're going to learn how to set goals, financial goals. We're going to understand how to do a cash flow plan. We're going to get a financial health as one of some of our assignments in this course. We're going to understand the rule of 72, and that is how fast money can double. We're going to start doing some different things, my friends. Again, we are changing the status quo. We're going to build a healthy credit score. Great credit scores means you pay less for your debt over time and unlocks more opportunities. This is where most Americans would say, man, if I could just get out of debt, I'd be so much happier. And I get it. So we'll figure that out. We're going to take control. We're going to understand the forms of credit, understand debt. We're going to create a debt project that shows you exactly how to eliminate it as fast as possible. Now, that's not easy, but it is very doable. So less debt, more freedom, much better future. Oh my gosh, that looks like a college student right there. Yeah, we're going to talk about college debt, my friends. Let's see how little debt we can get our education for. It's a new, different world with an AI systems that are agents. AI agents don't make work, they're not tools to make work easier. They are tools to replace workers. And so let's see the best way to get through our education, my friends. We're going to dump that debt. Oh, so that's kind of the first part of the class. This is the second part. It's building wealth. My friends, there's only one person who can build wealth for you, and that's you. Many people say, well, let the government do it for me. They can't. Government can't create it. You create it. And we're going to demystify the investment world and make it very, very easy. We'll learn of stocks, bonds, real estate, but how to use it to our advantage. ETFs, mutual funds. We're going to start building investment portfolios. So much great technology out there. You can do it on your phone. That's fantastic. Could never do that years ago. We'll look at that retirement account as well. I should not have put a rocking chair there. Should put somebody on a speedboat, enjoying that second life. Here it is, my friends. The smart choices today is our financial freedom tomorrow. So we are definitely going to learn how to build wealth, and that is the entire second part of this course. And then after we build our wealth, we protect it. So we're going to look at the insurance you're going to need. Again, how to prepare and plan for that retirement, the investments you're going to make. So a little bit of estate planning. This all brings us a great peace of mind. Friends, like I've said, this is like no other course you have taken. So I hope you invest in it. Invest in this course. Invest in your future. Those who get the most out of it spend several hours a week, not just doing the assignments, but reading and understanding and watching the course lecture videos that I have, all sorts of things, and really dig deep into it and actually start a Roth IRA. They start investing in innovative technologies with a Robinhood or M1 account, all the things that we can do. The more you put into it, the more you will get out, just like the last little jar there with all the great tree that has grown. I have students who will do very little, and you will not get you won't get anything out of it. You just won't. Again, it's a class that I think if you learn it, you apply it, you grow it, you achieve it, and you will have this class much longer than a semester. It will go with you your entire life. Your future is built, my friends, on the small decisions in personal finance that we make every single day. So that was the what. Now the how to succeed. So the how to succeed, my friends, is going to be in the next video. I just wanted to look at content text of what you've got of what the course you're taking, and I hope you're excited. I get excited every time I do this, and every time a course comes up, because great things can happen for my students. So I have a navigation course video. Please watch that one. That is the nuts and bolts of the course. We go over the syllabus, the grades, and how to get your book, how to get all those things to get the most out of it. I am excited that you're taking this class, and I hope you are too. So let's just make it a great semester.